All right, everyone, welcome back to another episode of James Bond Bitcoin Live, episode 6. In this episode, we have Bitcoin. Please introduce yourself, Bitcoin.
Oh, guys, I'm Bitcoin. Go
He's
ahead.
not the Bitcoin, but his YouTube channel name is Bitcoin. All right, so, and then of course Ozzy, everybody knows him. Say hello, Ozzy.
What's up, guys? Ozzy the BS filter coming at you, rough, rugged, and raw.
All right, wow, that's a great
That's
intro,
my new
man.
introduction. What do you think, guys?
We love it. All right, so our guest today is mainly Bitcoin. So let's focus on you for a little bit. I've been watching you for wow, for a long time, for a couple years now. Uh, please tell us how you got into to Bitcoin, please.
Okay. My story is a little bit different from a lot of people. I heard about Bitcoin when it was dirt cheap, really cheap. But I thought it was a Ponzi. Yeah, honestly, I just heard the name Bitcoin. I heard a little bit about it, and I kind of just brushed it off. And a couple years after that, a friend actually brought over the CD to Deep Web tour, and we was going through it, seeing what's down there. And but my interest was more or less how are these people buying their goods, and that's when I discovered Bitcoin. I rediscovered Bitcoin, and after that, I did my research and homework and tried to understand this new currency and how can I get it and what does it do. And I found an exchange called Coinbase, and I purchased my first $5 worth of Bitcoin back in 2014. And ever since then, I was hooked on Bitcoin. It's just literally changed my life. You know, everything. I want to know more. Every day, I want to learn a little bit more about it.
Now, did you get doxxed back then? I mean, when
Oh,
2013 when?
no. I was actually, I came after that.
Okay, you came a little bit after the doxing.
Yeah.
The doxing didn't happen until 2000, a little bit after 2014, around I think January.
Yeah.
Okay, you were
Yeah.
lucky then.
Yeah.
29.99, guys. We're a dollar away from hitting 3,000, boys.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
you're
on
right.
Coinbase, right? Is that on Coinbase?
That's Coinbase. Coinbase.
Okay, so we're tracking the price. That's one of the reasons why we went live. We want to be here when the price goes to 3,000 on Coinbase.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Ozzy, go ahead and just buy a shitload of Bitcoin so it can go to 3,000.
No, I need money for my trip. Remember?
Come on, man, just do it right now so we can get that over. We can celebrate right now.
I don't think those sheiks in fucking in Dubai take Bitcoin, man.
I don't know. I think you could probably find a Bitcoin ATM over there.
Probably do.
There is
honestly.
one. There is one. There is one, and I will make a video and buy from it. I promise you, there is one.
Wow.
Awesome.
Nice.
Now, Bitcoin. I remember. Do you still have that video up of you going out in your is it your white Ford truck out in the middle of wilderness and shooting off a couple full auto with your rifle? All right.
Yeah. Well, technically, it was a blue truck, but
Oh,
yeah, I
the
still
blue truck.
got
Okay.
it. But yeah, I definitely got it.
Now, if I went to Florida and I asked you for like a full auto bolt and trigger group and everything, would you accept Bitcoin as payment?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I don't want
Okay,
my
I'm
fiat.
there, man. I'm there.
Yeah, man. But yeah.
So tell me, like, where are you getting your Bitcoins now? Because one of the reasons I wanted to talk to you was to talk about your Coinbase story, which I think a lot of users are experiencing, and even I experienced it. Tell us about that.
Right now, ever since Coinbase, oh man. Well, I'm gonna get into Coinbase. What actually happened after I've been buying them? Maybe like a year or two after I was buying them, I noticed when I first started buying Bitcoin, the service was great. Every minute there was a chat box asking me if I needed help. It was getting kind of annoying actually, but as time went on, I noticed the box kind of stopped popping up, and I would keep trying to buy Bitcoins, and I noticed it was just the service wasn't as good, and I kind of knew that at some point it was going to get to the point where it is now, where people are massively complaining. And I think what did it was the $10 referral code. You get $10, and the other person gets $10. I think what happened is just too many people are now joining the Coinbase, and now it's just flooded. But after all that, it's just somehow I tried to buy more Bitcoins, and they really wouldn't let me. I'm not really too 100% sure why exactly, but yeah, they don't really give a real response, let alone any support tickets. They don't answer that too often. So I'm still out there in the loop. But I moved on to other exchanges like Uphold, Guardea, and I've been buying it that way. So I'm okay, and I'm pretty sure many more exchanges will open up in the future. So
yeah, tell us about Glidera. Glidera is on Mycelium. I have Mycelium. I use that particular wallet. That's a credit card, right? You use you put your credit card in there and you buy Bitcoins.
You can do something like that, but me, I just hoard Bitcoins. But for me, when I found out about this site because it kind of reminded me of another site I was using after I was using Coinbase called Snapcard.io. The feature that I liked about Snapcard.io was you didn't really have to leave your money on an exchange like Coinbase. You didn't have to buy it and put it on Coinbase. You could buy it and it could send it directly to your offline wallet. And this Glodea is just like that, but it's directly to your offline wallet. So there's really no issues of if the site goes Mount Gox on you, and take all your Bitcoins because it never actually stays on.
So once you make a purchase, it sends it to your wallet and wherever you decide to send it. Really?
Yeah.
What is this site called?
Glodea.
Glidera, I think. Let me check. Yeah. I'll check on my Mycelium wallet.
Wow, that's cool. That's cool. I like that. I like the sound of that.
Now, does that mean is that any wallet or is that your Mycelium wallet?
Exodus wallet, any wallet you want.
So you just put in the address and then it'll send it there.
Yep. And there's really no real issue. I have never had an issue where I had to really use the support email and contact them or anything. It's very straightforward. There's none of that fancy support like Coinbase where all this stuff, and then it's just way too confusing. And now, from when I first joined Coinbase till now, it's just way different. This is very straightforward. You just select the amount of money you want to buy, or how much Bitcoins you want to buy, and just put your address, and you hit buy, and it happens. A couple of days later, it's in your wallet. You don't have to worry about anything.
Okay, yeah, I got it right here. It says Glidera. It's on the Mycelium wallet here, and it says it takes bank accounts for U.S. or Canada, which is cool. And let's use in the chat. Let's get Cuntball is in the chat. Ken Bozak and Martin Wilkinson. And hey, Ozzy, do you still have your AR over there?
Yeah.
Show it to Martin because Martin also has an AR-15. His is sick too. He's a former military, and he came back with some goodies, I guess. His shit has I don't know what he has. He has some. Is that an infrared you got on your AR-15, Martin? I don't know if he's still in the chat, but he has all sorts of shit. He has the angled grip, nice nickel boron bulk carrier. And he has some other shit on top of it. He has like a laser and shit on it.
Oh, I have the nickel bolt carrier.
Yeah, definitely ain't gonna jam up anytime soon. Nice. Nice.
So what's the other one that you said? That was Glidera, and then what was the other exchange that you said?
Uphold.
Yeah, how's that? Because Uphold used to be called something else, right? It used to be
yeah. I don't remember the name of what it used to be called, but I do know it was called something else.
It used to be called something like Bit something, and then they changed the name because everyone was trying to move away from the Bitcoin name,
Yeah.
So, yeah, I hear you.
It's actually pretty good. I haven't been using it as much as the other one, but it's a little bit different. It's not like very straightforward. We just buy it and send to your offline wallet. You pretty much buy it, and you could buy Bitcoin, you could buy Ethereum, you could buy Litecoin. You could also kind of take money from your bank account and send it there, and it'd be like a USD, not USDT, but USD. Not really too sure about that feature. I mean, I wouldn't really put money on there, leave it there. And you can actually you could trade your US dollars to Canada dollars, and it has a bunch of selections.
Yeah,
they have gold, and silver.
Gold.
Yeah.
But that's just on their website. You don't really get silver, and you're changing to what euro. I think they got Canadian dollars, US dollar, and then they got Bitcoin. Do they have Litecoin and Ethereum now?
Yeah, they do.
Okay, yeah, they have all that you could just, but it's all centralized, so you're completely relying on them not to get hacked. And supposedly, I believe they're supposed to have the gold there, and supposedly they're supposed to be holding some kind of a reserve. I think it was called Bit Reserve. That's what it was called, and that's what they were used to call uphold. Used to be called Bit Reserve, and they're supposed to have the money there. They're supposed to have the Bitcoin there. They're supposed to have euros, Canadian dollars. So they're supposed to have the reserve in proportion to what you sent them. So if you sent them US dollars, they're supposed to have, $100. And if you changed it to $100 in Canadian dollars, that's what they did too. They have all that on their side. So that was their thing. But a lot of people got pissed off at them because they changed their name and they started moving away from Bitcoin, distancing themselves, and a lot of people were pissed.
Yeah. I mean, it's like it's good. I don't want to ever put money on any exchange, whether it's Coinbase or anything. That's just not my cup of tea. But just be able to buy it and transfer to your offline wallet it's another option out there other than just Coinbase and Gemini and stuff like that.
Can I throw in another problem that I have with Coinbase?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's say you have no coin in there, and you get hacked. He can use your credit card that's in there, buy the Bitcoin, get it instantly, and then ship it out to his wallet.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, so it's all, I mean, even though you don't like me, I have my credit card in there. So if I get hacked, he can buy instantly. But like right now, before I leave, I'm going to remove everything, all my accounts, everything from there. And then when I get back, I'll put them back in.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I really want to, like I said, me and Coinbase is just not, and especially when I see so many people complaining about it, it kind of verifies that all my thoughts about it in the past is true. It's just, I feel it's just too many people using it, and they're not ready for this many people. They're getting bogged down, and you can kind of tell just in the quality.
All the exchanges, same thing.
Yeah, but Coinbase is just like notorious now. That's like
they got I think they signed up like 500,000 people in a week or something, some shit like that. I can't remember the exact figure, but yeah, they had so many errors go. They weren't taking credit cards. You couldn't buy Bitcoin. You couldn't sell. I went through it, but it was a technical problem, not a personal problem, because of so many people they signed up.
Yeah.
I don't know. They've always had issues since I can remember. When the price dropped so fast, Coinbase was unavailable. When the price shot up high, Coinbase was unavailable. It almost seems like they don't want to buy, or they don't want you to buy when it's too low, and they don't want you to sell it when it's too high.
They probably ran out of Bitcoin, or they probably bought it at high, and they would lose money, because you got to understand, the exchange, if they bought a lot of coin at a price and then it's had a sudden drop, they're stuck with a negative.
My thing is what happens, because we all know this Bit 148 thing is coming up, and everyone's pulling out their Bitcoins. What happens to these exchanges when there is no more Bitcoin? Everyone is pulling it out.
Bitcoin will be worth $1 million. Or
because there's supply and demand, isn't it? So it has to drive the price up.
Now
go
ahead. Finish.
No, go ahead.
Okay, and that brings me up to what happened with Charlie Lee. He left Coinbase, and he says he resigned to work on Litecoin. But what do you really think? I mean, is there something more to that? Do you think he left Coinbase because maybe he saw the writing on the wall that there's not enough Bitcoins here, and this shit may collapse at any time?
It does seem that way. I mean, what are the odds? I mean, I know Litecoin is going up in value. Maybe part of his interest to really try to work on it, but I don't know. At the same time, it's going to get kind of crazy for a lot of these exchanges. So I wouldn't be surprised. A lot of people say that one of these exchanges might be GOTS, where they're just not going to have it and just disappear. I'm not sure if Coinbase is on that path, but just with the sheer amount of people they have on it and that sudden drop of Bitcoins being on the exchange all at one time is going to be pretty rough. I don't know exactly if they have a contingency plan for that scenario, but I don't know. We're just gonna have to see how it works.
What about you, Ozzy? What do you think? Like the news of Charlie Lee's resignation, and he said he's going to work on, Litecoin, since segregated witness has been activated on Litecoin. What's your take on that?
My feelings now. I have no. I mean, I haven't heard any of that. That he's felt anything fishy at Coinbase. From what I've been reading, the FT pool went over the 50% mark and stayed there for a while and is still there. And he's a big holder of Litecoin. I mean, he's not the biggest, but he's up there. And I think he saw that he could make a lot more money if he went back to Litecoin.
Well, he's been working on Litecoin while working at Coinbase all this time. It just seems kind of weird that now the price of Bitcoin is so high, and Coinbase, I know, is looking for more money for another series of investments. And
what do they want to do?
Exactly.
I think they want $7 billion
or
$7 million.
I was reading an article. Yeah, I think it was like in the billion.
I don't think it's in the millions because
they're
making that a day in commissions off these sales.
Well, was it in the billions? Whatever. It was something 7 million or 7 billion, and that's what they're looking for investment money.
What do they want to do with it? Like, okay, because they're already
they want to buy more Bitcoins.
But that makes sense. No, that because they're already operational. They have the users, and they're getting signed up every day more. What are they trying to do? Because they're making money right now. No, they can't say they're not making money. So when they want to go for another round of seed money, what the fuck's it for? What are you doing?
Maybe they want to get.
It's 1 billion. It's one billion.
Yeah, I'm dying to know what they want to do with that $1 billion. What are they, I mean,
so 5 million is going to go to buying Bitcoins. The other 5 maybe buying more servers and customer service. That's what they're doing.
It doesn't cost that much money, bro. That's what Amazon is and Google make their money. A lot of people think Amazon and Google make their money on advertising and sales. They both have some of the biggest servers in the world. If I'm not mistaken, they already use. No. I'm sorry, that's the wrong company. All they have to do is sign up with Amazon, and they have unlimited servers.
All right, so they got 1 million going to servers. They got 1 million going to servers, and then the 99 million is going to Bitcoin. Is that what you would say?
That makes more sense to me. Really, I mean, if they need Bitcoin, then or they want to buy more coin because you gotta understand, Coinbase doesn't work like. Hold on, let me clear something up. Doesn't work like Poloniex. Okay, Poloniex and BT, all these other exchanges, they buy it from you and sell it to you. Okay. Where Coinbase, you're buying and selling directly from them.
Yeah, and they're also using your coins when you sell it too. So you think
that's why you don't get your
fractional reserve?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're shorting. They're naked shorting. Mm-hmm. Yeah, or fractional reserve.
I think
that could be serious.
I think maybe they just also. I think they see what's about to happen and maybe try to hurry up and try to get some money in there, so when this does happen in the next few months, they won't be screwed. It's just kind of
what happens. What can you
when Bit 148 happens? Because a lot of people are gonna be pulling out their coins. That's just obvious. Everyone is trying to pull it out to make sure they're safe.
I think whoever is gonna pull out already pulled it out.
A lot of people don't really understand what's going on. I get a lot.
True. Mm-hmm. I made a video regarding BIP 148. And that one has the most views.
Yeah,
it has the most views out of everything because a lot of people do not. You're absolutely right. They still have no clue what it is, and you know what? A lot of them don't even care.
Yeah, that's the crazy part.
The
That's
number
the thing
one question they're asking is, what wallet do I use to be safe? That's their question, which is cool. Which is cool. Just help me out, and that's it. I don't really want to get involved, which is normal. Just like here, people don't even vote for president. They don't give a fuck, and you're gonna expect the same thing in this. Just tell me which wallet is safe on both sides, and I'm good with that.
Yeah, that's true.
So
That is
Ozzy,
definitely true.
Ozzy, so now that Charlie Lee left Coinbase, okay, let's just say he just left Coinbase. Well, we're just speculating about the shit, but it's worth speculating about.
Uh-huh.
But he's leaving Coinbase and he's gonna focus on Litecoin. What do you think that's gonna do for you? Because I know you mine Litecoin, and what's gonna do for mine?
It's up $5 already for the day. So the news of him going back helped it go up over 15-20%. So I see it a benefit for Litecoin, 100% benefit. And I see new things coming. I don't think he just went to Litecoin to do nothing. So there's possibilities of innovation within Litecoin, kind of like what maybe Ethereum or he went there for a reason. He didn't go just to spread the pool around, or I think he went to do some innovation, which I think the people of Litecoin liked. I'm excited that he went back, to be honest. And also the people that are the users of Litecoin must like it too, because it jumped $5 today, and it's been sideways for over 3 weeks.
Okay, that's really good news. Let's say hi to some of the new people in the chat. It's me, Boss Lady has showed up. Thank you for showing up.
What's up, Summer?
And is it Katarina Holiday showed up? Thank you.
What's up, Katarina?
And Bitcoin. What do you think about Charlie Lee focusing on Litecoin? Is that good news for Litecoin? Do you think? And here's the other thing. Do you think he obviously helped Litecoin get on Coinbase, and then he got it on there, right? And then he left. He's all fine. I did that job. Now he's got SegWit on Litecoin as well. Do you think he's leaving and focusing on Litecoin because he may see a potential for BIP 148 or even 141, the actual miners signaling to activate SegWit on Bitcoin, and he's ready. He's ready to work on Litecoin and start doing things with Bitcoin and Litecoin, because that's one of his visions, was to use Bitcoin as a store of value, Litecoin as an everyday, transactional purchasing and buying and selling, because they tested the Lightning Network and it seemed to work really good.
The thing is, it's good. It is actually good that he left Coinbase. I feel like a lot of his talent, it wasn't there. I never understood why he left working. Well, he didn't really leave working on Coinbase. I mean, working on Litecoin. He just did that as a side project. But it's good to see him actually focusing 100% on it. I do see a lot now that this is happening. I do see the price of Litecoin going up. It's just one of those questions I had. Why wasn't he really putting 110% of focus? Now that I know he is, yeah, I definitely can see a bright future in that. And he probably is. He sees what's going on with the prices of Litecoin and Bitcoin. And it only makes sense, honestly. He has talent to develop for Litecoin. I don't understand why you wouldn't. I think anybody would, honestly.
And there's also one other thing I want to point out about Charlie Lee. He's one of the very few that has a blockchain, created a blockchain and a coin that has zero negativity. Charlie Lee has a great reputation, respected, well-loved, and so does the coin. Absolutely no negative publicity, no negative issues, no DAO, no reverses, no splits, no nothing. So that's also very helpful. Number two, I've said since the day I joined, made my channel, I've always said Bitcoin is too expensive for the people. It's going to become corporations and governments. They're going to pay each other with it. The day you see a corporation buy another corporation, they ask for Bitcoin. The day they ask, Bitcoin's going to triple, quadruple in price. And Litecoin is super fast right now. Like right now, when I want to go through an exchange and buy another coin, if I have Bitcoin, I'll go on Coinbase, flip it to Litecoin, and then send the Litecoin to the exchange. And then I can use it within 5 minutes. Where Bitcoin, if I send a Bitcoin to exchange, I gotta wait an hour or 2 hours sometimes for it to be available to start trading. You know, I don't trust exchanges for 2 hours or 3 hours, believe it or not. So Litecoin, and also like James Bond noted before, it's the #1 used coin in China. China's huge. It's 1.2, no, more than that billion people. It's more than 1.2. So China by itself can make it $200 a coin. China alone. So, and I just think the good reputation helps it a lot. And also the scaling debate, it didn't go through a fucking war like Bitcoin did. It didn't go through bashing like Amanda's doing from Dash. It's not going through hate and politics, and it's beautifully done. Litecoin, you gotta give it its respect. It's really undervalued, truly undervalued coin.
Yes, Litecoin, and I have some Litecoin because of you, Ozzy, and I appreciate that. And I can't wait till SegWit is activated on Bitcoin, because I don't know if anybody has read Charlie Lee's articles, Vision for Segregated Witness for Litecoin and Bitcoin, but apparently if you can set up a Lightning node with the Litecoin blockchain and a Bitcoin blockchain, you can do atomic swaps, and you can actually become a decentralized exchange. Now, I think that puts a little threat to a company that has built their business on current business models like Shapeshift. That could put a threat to their model, and some of the exchanges. You wouldn't. The only time you would need to exchange is to turn your fiat into a coin, and then from there, that coin can essentially be any other coin. If you're able to use the Lightning Network, you can turn it to Bitcoin, you can turn it to Litecoin. I think, what else? Saya Coin has also implemented SegWit, so they're probably going to be doing Lightning Network.
That's the beauty of open source and decentralization. That's the beauty of it.
Well, here's another thing: is when you set up a node, you can make money off that Lightning node. You could make money off the spread on the exchange between the two different cryptocurrencies. So I think that's great for people who want to do Lightning nodes, but may not know how to mine, but want to participate in some other way other than trying to trying to buy cryptocurrencies.
But the thing is, he's leaving, right? But my question is if he's leaving, and trying to figure out how to put this. Yeah, I just feel like Coinbase right now it's honestly giving up a huge talent, honestly, because Charlie, he knows his stuff when it comes to the coins. He's a smart dude. My question is, I do feel that Litecoin will go up in value. I mean, I think we all could kind of agree on that.
Well, Bitcoin. Let me cut in here, because what you're saying sounds like a story that's been happening. Because you know who Fred Ursham is? He's one of the co-founders. I think Brian Armstrong is one of them.
Yeah,
Fred
I know
Ursham,
Brian.
He left, and now we're seeing Charlie Lee leave. And when you start seeing people like key founders leave, it kind of makes you wonder, like, what's going on? Either someone's pushing them out, or they're seeing the writing on the wall, and they're going, okay, well, either this company needs a lot of money to survive in the next 5 years.
Exactly.
So I'm going to get out while it's good. So I look good.
Just for the simple fact they're asking, Coinbase is asking for $1 billion, and then Charlie's leaving. It's just, I like I said, I don't recommend leaving money in there, ever. But it's gonna be a crazy time. I think 2017 is gonna be one wild year for the crypto space. It already has, honestly. We all seen these coins go up to crazy amounts. But it's just leaving your money in Coinbase is just a little bit risky at this point. That's just my opinion on that.
What kind of wallets are you using Bitcoin? Are you using paper
wallets?
Well,
right now,
hardware?
I'm using an Electrum wallet for right now because of all this craziness. For next,
is that a hot wallet or a wallet on your computer?
Yeah, while on the computer, you could get it to synchronize with a bit 148. So that
Okay, so it's
way,
a
when that day
client-side
happens,
wallet.
yeah. So when that day actually happens, everything's gonna be okay. But Exodus is kind of my choice, and multi-bit and stuff like that. It's pretty easy to use. It's
Multi-bit,
just
they no longer upgrading. They got, I think they got bought out or they got donated.
aren't
I think
they,
they got
aren't,
bought
they-
out.
aren't they still? Isn't like Kiki or something like that?
Yeah,
Owned?
yeah. One of the hardware wallets bought them out.
Okay.
Are they still working? You
Well,
still have it?
yeah, they're still working.
Okay. That was
Still
an
doing
open
it.
source kind of like free wallet that you could put on your
Yeah.
computer. Do you have them backed up? Do you have them like
Oh
on a hard
yeah.
drive,
Oh
like
yeah, yeah, of course.
on a USB drive and all that?
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay.
Definitely. Oh boy, guys, we're about to literally hit $3,000.
What's the
I think
price?
by
What's
this
the price,
episode.
Ozzy? What's the price?
It is
$29.98, boys.
Mhm.
Ozzy, will you
actually
just
dropped-
buy
it
some?
actually-
Would you buy some bitcoins off the exchange, off of Coinbase? Make it 3,000, man.
It actually dropped $20 while we were talking. It went back up.
That's crazy, man. I think we're gonna pass it. We're gonna pass it soon.
Once it passes, I think it's gonna jump $300 once it passes, and it's gonna pass it, go back down, pass it, go back down, and then pass it, and then spike like $300 today.
Yeah, because that wall, everyone is just kind of panicking. about
Bigger
it.
than the wall that Trump wants to build.
Exactly.
So I want to say hello to 21 Million Club. He's joined us in the chat. How you doing?
Satoshi!
Satoshi Dan. So let's jump on to SegWit a little bit about bit 148. I don't know if you've been watching, but Eric Lombroso has really been hitting the YouTube channels. He's probably been the most vocal of the developers talking about bit 148. What do you make of it, Ozzy? What do you think so far? I don't know if you've seen any of the live streams that he's been on.
Yeah, I seen it. Actually, he was on today. Friday on the Bitcoin Club or something.
Yeah, the Bitcoin News Net, or what was it? Was it World Crypto Network?
Yeah, World Crypto Network. I don't know. I just think right now you're gonna have both sides everywhere. The other side, they're paying people to tweet negative things.
Sock puppets.
Yeah, I mean it's ridiculous right now, and I think it's hurting the space a lot, and I think it's helping other coins. It's doing both. It's hurting the space in a whole. It's hurting Bitcoin, and it's helping other coins. Look at Ethereum. It's at 350, bro. 345. It's ridiculous. Ethereum has the most negative and bad reputation out of all the coins. And it has no cap. They can make as much as they want, and it's already got like 92 million out. So I don't know how it's at $300, 350. I don't know.
It's
exactly what I was thinking.
It's a vacuum. Yeah, people are buying Ethereum to buy the tokens, and then they're trading the tokens to buy more Ethereum, and then going into the next ICO, and then trading the tokens again, and then cashing out to Ethereum, and then going back into another token. So this is just one perpetual motion machine.
Yeah.
That I don't know. It's just hot air. They're just moving hot air.
It's a Ponzi.
It's a Ponzi. Yeah, it's a Ponzi.
It's a Ponzi within a Ponzi within a Ponzi.
Let's just say
It's true. And
It's a multi-marketing Ponzi within a multi-marketing Ponzi. It's fucking sick. This fucking Russian cat is sick.
well said. Well said. That's probably why he talked to Putin, because he knows he's going to have to exit just like Snowden.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Now,
But yeah, it's literally. Sorry to interrupt, but it's something that I've been trying to address before. These ICOs, it's a problem. It's too many, and I feel that's the only thing that Ethereum is good for right now is just to get ICOs going, and that's about it. I have yet to date heard anyone make a smart contract and actually use it. So there's really no real other purpose right now of using Ethereum, of buying Ethereum, other than the ICOs. So I do feel that it's going to drop down in price once SegWit hits Bitcoin.
Yeah, people. I think you're right. I think people did move their Bitcoin to Ethereum as a hedge or a safe haven.
You think that people are moving it to Dash too? Dash is, I mean, there's a lot of
It's up
altcoins.
$50 today.
Yeah, and but yet Bitcoin's is almost about to break 3,000. I mean, where is all this money coming from?
Newbies,
Newbies,
newbies, and Russian oligarchs.
So the newbies are basically coming in on the altcoins, and then the bag holders of these altcoins are selling to them, and then buying Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Dash. Is that what you think is going on?
I mean, honestly, as far as Dashes go, yeah. You could go. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No.
All right. Well, as far as Dash, the whole reason why I feel that the price went up is right when Roger Ver came out with all that FUD saying that Bitcoin needs support now, and people got nervous. And Amanda B. Johnson came out and said, "We're pretty much we're better than Bitcoin. Come to us." And I think that's what a lot of people are going to right now until all this is done and settled. And a lot of people just start going back because obviously once Bitcoin gets segued, there's really no incentive to hold Dash at that point. Bitcoin has been around a lot longer than Dash, so that's what I feel is going to happen.
Can I ask our viewers a question? I want to take a poll. Do I need to make a video about Amanda B. Johnson?
We'll give them a while to think about that.
You guys let me know. Do I need to make a video about her? Because I'll be more than happy to. Because I am the BS filter. Don't forget. Because she's full of shit.
You know, we like to have her on this show and just have a talk with her. I mean, we'll have a sip of coffee, maybe drink some beer, and we'll start talking. So,
well, you want to go to a hotel room, or you want to have her on the show?
Maybe both. I don't know.
You're talking about beer and shit, man. I don't know.
So let me ask Bitcoin about Eric Lombroso that he's been making the rounds on the live streams here on YouTube, basically, obviously, promoting BIP 148. What do you think so far? Is he pretty convincing? I mean, it seems like a lot of developers have been approved or are approving the BIP 148, even though it's a little, there's a chance of a split. Obviously, everyone wants the BIP 141, the miners to signal for SegWit. But what do you think about Eric Lombroso? Has he done a good job?
Honestly, I don't really follow him that much, but from my understanding of what I do know about him, I like I said, a lot of people are scared of the split, and I think that's exactly why it's just a lot of this chaos and turmoil. I don't honestly think we're gonna have two coins. I don't really feel that that's going to happen. There's too much vested interest in Bitcoin. You, me, developers, investors, everyone has interest in their Bitcoin.
$50 billion worth of
yeah. So we're all of us are on the same page. Even if you have $5 worth of Bitcoin or 50 million, everybody wants their Bitcoins in safe spot. So I doubt we're gonna have two coins, but honestly, who knows? Like I said, just gotta hold your coins, and we just see what happens. Honestly, just don't panic. Yeah, a lot of people panic for no real reason.
Kind of like what happened 2 weeks ago with that big drop. I still don't understand that drop. I have no idea. I'm still calling it a naked short. The exchanges ran out of Bitcoin, and they forced the drop to scare people into selling. I think it was a collusion. I really believe that drop was collusion, because there was no news, no nothing. It just took a shit for absolutely no fucking reason.
So you're saying the exchanges caused a naked short to get everyone out on a higher price, and then they bought back in, and the price just bounced right back up?
Well, when anytime there's a sudden drop in price, people get scared and sell. They know that, because people are emotional. See, I try to concentrate on this so much in my videos. Stop thinking here. This here, when you think here, this will bankrupt you. Your heart is not meant to do business. It's meant to love. This is for business. This is for money. When you use your emotions to buy and sell, you will lose every fucking time.
Yeah, it is very true. Trust me. I learned that the hard way when I first started. Yes.
All right, Ozzy, I think we got a pretty good consensus on whether you should have Amanda on your show or my show? And I think the overwhelming answer is yes. They would
Well,
like
let
her.
me tell you something. If I do a video about her, she's not coming on my show after. I will not insult her. Absolutely. I do not insult. Like I did a video about Adam Meister, my nutsack Meister, and I didn't insult him. I did right now, but I didn't insult him in the video. I critique and I filter bullshit. But I guarantee you, well, yeah, you know what? You know, if she sees the video, she might want to come on and defend herself. You never know.
Okay. Another thing I wanted to talk about, I'm reading this article right now, is that recently Japan, South Korea had really high premiums. I mean, they were selling for almost $4,000 worth. Apparently, those premiums have diminished now. Apparently, it coincided with the same time that China also allowed withdrawals. Do you think there's any relationship there? And what does that mean for those exchanges over there? Is there something funny going on?
I'll go first. If here's what happened in the last couple of weeks. A lot of exchanges open in Japan and in China. So whenever the more the exchanges, the premium goes lower. The more the competition, the prices for business drop. So there could be a correlation, or it could be that. I have no evidence of either.
Okay. Just want to bring that up because it was up there, and I know we're up there in price now. Are we almost at 3,000 Aussie?
We're $1 away, guys. $1.04.
Ozzy, will you just please buy some Bitcoin on Coinbase? Push it up, baby.
I don't know if I can buy enough to push it up that dollar. You'd probably have to buy like 50 to push it up that dollar.
Man, excellent.
You know, you got to understand these. Most of the purchases on Coinbase, according to the IRS and the Congress report, there are very small. They're all $1,500 purchases.
Yeah, they're all done internally, so they can make those small little purchases and everything. And then if you use Coinbase, people probably use them to like buy stuff online, other online merchants that accept Bitcoin, specifically that use Coinbase merchant service. So that's probably what a lot of it is.
Agreed.
Yeah.
It says, all right. So I think 21 Million has a question here.
Fire away.
You guys want to know the price here? I guess he's asking in Mexico. So yeah, what's the price in Mexico? 21 Million. Give us, yeah, tell us what it is. So Bitcoin, are you there?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm here.
So tell us, what do you do with your Bitcoins? Are you just hoarding them? Or are you just stacking them? I mean, what do you plan on using them? And if you are, what are you gonna do?
Well, at first, when I first been buying Bitcoins, I was just trying to flip them around, and I didn't know whether it was going to go up or not. It was interesting. This was an interesting technology, so I seen it go up a couple dollars. So I would just say, okay, I made a couple of bucks. But as it kept going up, I'm like, wow, maybe I should kind of relax and start buying it and just holding it and just relaxing. And now I'm just hoarding it. I don't really use them. I'm not really planning to sell any until a couple of years from now.
But what do you plan on doing? I mean, are you married? You have kids? Do you want to go on vacation? No, you're not married. Okay, so you can do whatever you want.
I'm definitely going to buy a Lamborghini once it hits like $50,000 a Bitcoin. That would be my thing.
Lamborghini's gonna make a lot of money once it hits 50,000. But
he wants to buy a Lamborghini for one Bitcoin, is what he wants.
Oh man.
I see it. I see it at 50. I swear on my kids, I see it at 50 grand. I swear.
Yeah, I do. It's very. I mean, we're already at what, $3,000? It's not that far away. It's just patience. A lot of people don't have patience. A lot of new people, at least, they will just buy the Bitcoins, It doesn't go up the way they wanted to, as fast as they wanted to. They see another coin like Ethereum just going up. They don't understand the technology or what it does, so they put their money into that. It goes up for a little while, and then everyone, at the end of the day, everyone wants Bitcoin. That's the #1 cryptocurrency that we first came into and heard about. So I just, like I said, I just hold it. I'm not trying to flip it or take any risk with it, you know.
How about you, Ozzy? What are your plans? I mean, when the price goes up so high, I know you got something in mind. What do you want to do with your Bitcoin?
I want my my grandchildren to tell their kids that there was we had a great grandfather that was so fucking smart. He bought all these Bitcoins and saved them for us, and now look at what we have.
That's very nice. So you plan on dying with your Bitcoin?
I plan on, well, you know, I don't know if Bitcoin knows, but I own 6 extremely successful companies. I own a finance company. I own a dealership. I don't need them, and I might be buying more. I mean, I'm definitely going to be buying more, especially when I come back. I see it as something that I will be leaving my kids and my kids' kids and my kids' kids. I mean, my kids already know what it is, and I've already taught them that, you know, you only sell them if it's an urgent emergency. My wife, where she has the private keys, I gave them to her in case something happens to me. That they're only in case of a fucking super emergency. And we already have emergency money, you know. I mean, like, there's no, you know, we have a savings, we have all that. But I see it absolutely 100-year hold minimum. I swear.
Wow, you're
I'm
really
not kidding.
long.
Here's what I plan on
Because
doing.
I can buy a Lamborghini tomorrow. Actually, I have one just as nice, but I don't need to. I don't need to. I mean, every situation is different. You know what I'm saying? But I buy slow. I don't buy like 10 at a time. I buy slow. I buy half here, half there, one here, one there. You know, it depends on how much cash in my pocket. I'll go to the ATM. I have one a mile away, a couple of miles away. You know, so I buy like that, and I hoard. I don't sell. I don't trade. I don't, you know, I used to do little trades here and there, like buying other coins. I've hoarded other coins. I'm hoarding 500 Pure Coin. I'm hoarding 500 Name Coin. I'm hoarding 10 Ethereum, and I'm hoarding a bunch of Litecoin, and I'm mining it. And I only sell enough Litecoin to pay the electric bill. That's it.
All right, so we got some answers in the chat. 21 Million Club says Volobit is $3,031 US. That's in Mexico. We have another gentleman named Wart. How you doing, Wart? He says Quadrag CX Canada this is Canadian dollars. This is $4,094.99 Canadian dollars in Canada.
Wart,
So, yeah.
what is the exchange for dollar to Canadian dollar, please, if you don't mind? And
it's probably already reached 3,000, I'm assuming, because well, no, Canadian dollars is a little bit lower.
Yeah, no, it's lower. It's lower.
Convert that.
Yeah, and Satoshi said it's 3,031 in Mexico. It's past 3,000 there.
Yeah,
That's great.
Yeah. So let me answer what I'm planning to do with my Bitcoins. Hopefully, in the future, I'll still be a young man, of course. In the future, we'll have space exploration, and we can travel in outer space. So I'm gonna probably use my Bitcoin with Richard Branson's spaceship airline and travel into outer space and take a trip to Jupiter.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
And Kumpal says he's gonna buy a Lambo. He's gonna, matter of fact, he said
Hey,
there's a whole bunch of Bitcoiners that are gonna be with Lambos.
No,
the whole city is gonna have.
Can I tell you a story about a Lambo?
Okay.
Me and my son, we did our homework because we wanted to buy a 2-seat supercar. So we went to Las Vegas Lamborghini and Newport Beach Lamborghini, and we checked them out, and we finally found the one we wanted. And as we were about to fill out paperwork, actually we did fill out paperwork, and he was in the room waiting to get the approval. My son, he's 11 years old, 12 years old. He started looking up another car that he had saw on YouTube while he was waiting and watching. So he goes, Dad. I said, what? He goes, there's another car, half the price, looks nicer, faster, and everything. You just have to put Lambo doors on it. So I said, let me see the picture. So he showed me a picture of the Z06 Corvette, which has the same everything. They built it based on the Lamborghini Huracan. So the guy came out, congratulations, you're approved. And we're like, we'll be back. And then we drove. The only place that had a black one was 3 hours away. So we drove, checked it out, and bought it that same second. And the next day we went and put Lamborghini doors, so the doors go up. That's my story. That's my story. And I made a couple of videos on it. You can see it.
All right. Now, I'm looking at the Coinbase article, and there's an article out already that's saying the Bitcoin price crossed 3,000 milestone, set new all-time high. So they must be using their own index to figure that out. So,
well,
should we
congratulations, guys?
I guess.
Look, this is a fucking milestone. Really, it really is. This is a fucking. We just made history right now. Bitcoin 3,000, guys. Whoever imagined? Just 3 months ago, it was $1,000, $900. Not even 3 months ago. 2 months ago. In early April, it was like $900, if I'm not mistaken. Late March. So this is huge. This is fucking huge. If something can hit 3,000, guys, listen. There's a stock called BRK.A. That stock was $3,000 20 years ago. Right now, it's trading over $200,000, and it's called Berkshire Hathaway. So don't be amazed. 50,000, 100,000 is nothing. Nothing.
It's just crazy how when I first bought my first Bitcoin, $237, and now it's all the way up to this price. It's mind blowing.
You still have that Bitcoin?
I probably do. Honestly, it's probably all mixed up with the rest, but I'm sure, I should have separated. If I knew this was going to be like this at this price, I knew it could, but come on, it's too good to be true. I probably would have separated and just left that one as is. But it's crazy.
Yeah, that is awesome. Man. That is awesome. Hey, I want to ask James Bond a question. Now, you had mentioned that there's a wallet address for Satoshi that has 1 million Bitcoin in it that hasn't been touched, and it's been getting added to.
Yeah,
people have
been adding to it.
How do we find that? How do we see that?
If you just Google Satoshi Nakamoto's address or Nakamoto's address or Genesis block, if you do that, or you can look up the address or the transaction ID or the address key. There's you have to sort it, but if you sort by the most recent, ever since Craig Wright requested a 0.64 Bitcoin payment, ever since then, people have been just sending Bitcoin up there randomly. And supposedly, if this is Satoshi Nakamoto's wallet and he's gone, dead, or lost his private keys, those are all burned coins. So yeah, there's quite a bit of Bitcoins in there.
Shit.
I'm also reading the report from CoinDesk, and it says here that a Saxo Bank, I don't know if you know Saxo Bank, but they're pretty pro Bitcoin. They talk a lot about Bitcoin. They made a report saying in which the value of Bitcoin in the next 10 years could reach $100,000.
I do believe that, honestly. I do believe that. I definitely.
Well,
the
Jim
rate's
Cramer
going.
said 1 million.
Who did?
Jim Cramer.
Oh yeah. Oh, he said some crazy shit though,
Yeah, he does.
That's not bad though.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You know what? I've had a lot of exciting moments in my life with achievements and business and stuff like that. Nothing has ever been as exciting as the past couple months with getting into the cryptocurrency. Nothing.
Sure.
Well, you just doubled your money, and then what? In about like
I
3 4
actually,
months.
yeah, a little bit over doubled, and you know,
Nice.
I'm only 15 strong, but man, I feel like it's worth $1 million, not 36,000. To me, it's worth millions. I will not touch it. I will just add to it.
Sure. Same thing, man. For real.
Exciting times. Exciting times.
What do you guys think? What 2018 is gonna bring us? Whether it's like a $10,000 Bitcoin or five. Well, what do you what do you guys see that?
There's a lot of articles on 2018, and it really depends on what happens August 1st. I believe. If SegWit is just implemented before BIP 148, which is what I think is going to happen, I think the coin will jump huge. I mean, huge. And 2018 is where governments adapt it, because you got to understand, like, the West is against it. Russia is pro Bitcoin. Let me tell you why Russia is pro. Russia is pro crypto because the West is against it. So once it's adapted more in Russia and all these other countries, the West will have to adapt it. And once that happens, which might happen in 2018 because it's growing at a crazy rate, you're gonna see 100,000 or more a coin. 50,000 is nowhere near where I think it'll be.
That's the thing. I was wondering. I'm like, I see other countries adopting Bitcoin like crazy, and to me, that would just give you a huge advantage if you could have a bunch of Bitcoin now as a country. And the ones that are kind of against Bitcoin, I don't understand why are they trying to keep up with the rest. You know.
Let me. Can I tell you guys my theory and tell me if it's crazy or not? There's three things that are going to cause Bitcoin to never stop going up. Never. Three things. Number one, the demand. Number two, the supply. And number three, the weakening of the dollar and other currencies. They just print out of their ass. So those three things combined is unstoppable. Unstoppable. And the circulation is only 16 million right now, guys. And it'll take till the year 20,041 before that ends.
It's true. That is true.
I'm telling you. We the people that are in Bitcoin right now and refuse to sell are the new Bill Gates, Warren Buffett's of the future. We will take one Bitcoin and buy a corporation with it.
Sure.
I'm
Well,
not.
how about this? What do you think? What do you think about governments maybe not openly using it, but maybe they'll be covertly using it? They'll be doing backroom deals.
They already did. Don't you remember the CIA guy or the FBI guy who stole some?
Well, that was from that was the DA agent. You talking about Silk Road?
Yeah. But how do you know? How do you know that he stole them from him? How do you know he wasn't asked to steal them? But when he did it sloppy, got caught. He just had to take the. Do you know how many people are arrested for shit and tell them I was asked by the CIA to do it, and the CIA tells them no, we don't know who he is, but he was really asked by the CIA to do it?
I mean, I guess if we're speculating it, I mean, it could be possible. You know, he was asked to do all these things. There was another agent, I just remembered his name, it was Sean Bridges, and he worked for the Secret Service. So, I mean, I guess you're right. We may be seeing a lot of these things that are done in the dark, maybe perhaps using Bitcoins. I mean, I'm thinking arms dealing, bribing other countries, funding other countries, maybe even propping up other countries using Bitcoin and perhaps even cryptocurrencies. What do you think about that? I mean, is that something that would be done first before governments start openly saying, "Oh yeah, we use Bitcoin. We've been using Bitcoin all this time, you dumb motherfuckers." You know,
Yeah,
what do you think the president of?
I'm definitely sure of that.
You're gonna tell me it got to 3,000 without government hoarding? You're gonna really believe a coin went up? It took 8 years to get to 1,000, and then it got to 3,000 in 2 months without government involvement, undercover government involvement. Come on, guys.
Mm-hmm. Exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, there's no way a coin can jump that buying people buying Satoshis. They're buying Satoshis. They're not buying Bitcoins. They're buying millibits.
Well, how about this? How about this? How about let's talk about Venezuela a little bit because that's kind of been a hot topic, like you've been talking about. Do you think maybe there is encouragement to use Bitcoin in a country like Venezuela to maybe even overthrow Venezuela somehow or some way?
I want to make a comment, and then you can give it to Bitcoin. 19 million bolivars to buy one Bitcoin. That's all I'm going to say. Go ahead, Bitcoin.
The thing is, from what I understand, because I'm not there, but from my understanding, it's changing them. Right? They need this. It's more useful than gold and silver at that current moment because you can't really lug around pounds of gold and silver without getting robbed. Obviously, it's easy to move around. I think honestly, it can change the whole environment down there as far as what's going on. The people will start to adopt it more, and they could instill their own power and not have to rely on the government down there. It will change the game if the majority down there can actually adopt it, which they are currently working on with the exchange. So I definitely hope that works out for them. I definitely do.
Yeah, I think it's very interesting because you're looking at you're right, Ozzy. I talked to Gabe in chat. He said it's about 10 shoe boxes. One Bitcoin is about 10 shoe boxes of their bolivars, and I think they got what 100. It's 100 bolivar, and so that's a lot of shoe boxes, man. I mean, could you imagine one Bitcoin, 10 boxes? You got to wheel around a barrel.
And do you know how many countries are like Venezuela that need
a lot?
And nobody trusts nothing but the top three, bro. Listen, even though we don't agree with Ethereum, the top three, like all the rest, they're just for exchanges. That's it. They're only values in exchanges. Litecoin, Bitcoin, and Ethereum are the only ones to actually buy and sell shit. Ethereum is the least. Litecoin is second. Bitcoin is first. The rest are just exchanges making money. That's it. Nobody buys shit with Ripple. Nobody buys shit with Sia Coin. Would you fucking sell anything for Ripple or Doji?
No.
Doji's fucking is cheaper than the Bolivar that we're talking about.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
So those other coins, they will be worthless sooner or later. The top three, I call them the three kings. Those are the only ones that will have a future. The rest is all bullshit. And there's somebody right now spreading a tweet or a comment that says a coin will emerge that will, just like Jesus will come back and save the children. Get the fuck out of here with that. A coin has emerged. It's called BTC, motherfucker. Nothing else is emerging. We don't trust shit. A coin emerges every 5 minutes. It's called an ICO. Yes. I wouldn't even buy it to use toilet paper. I wouldn't wipe my ass with it.
There seems to be a correlation in Venezuela when the inflation started happening and Bitcoin kind of came at the right time. And also, there was a ban on guns in Venezuela. Do you think there's all three of those are a correlation to what's happening in Venezuela?
You know the fastest way to buy a gun on the deep web? Bitcoin.
It's true. Trust me, it's true.
They will ship that motherfucker anywhere in the world. They don't give two fucks.
Let's talk about the dark web here for a little bit, okay?
I'm assuming let me tell you my story.
Okay.
I gotta tell you the story. So I got a buddy who knows about this shit. So I'm like, you know what? Here, get me on. So I had just bought a brand new computer to do mining on some old miners I got. This was months ago before I bought my new ones. And so he installs Onion or Tor. I don't even know if I should be talking about this right. Well, yeah, it's okay. So we go. He sets up my computer. He encrypts it. He does all sorts of shit to it. So he shows me how to get in. He leaves. So I left it alone. Later on that night, I'm like, hey, honey, you want to go on the deep web? Let's go look. So we go into a market. The first market we go into, I can't remember what it's called. And they have people's identities for sale. They have all sorts of fucking weapons. They have hacking programs. And then this guy was selling a Doshka fucking military style weapon on there. So within 3 minutes, our heart rate was about 120. We were shivering. We got scared. I took a fucking bat, broke the motherfucking computer, threw it in the dumpster. I'm like, never fucking again. Ever. That shit's scary. Fuck no. Fuck no. Dude,
Bitcoin, what's your experience with the dark web?
I mean, I pretty much seen a lot down there. I wasn't down there trying to do anything sketchy. I don't want the cops busting down my door. But I don't know. It was just caught our interest. You know, we had access to it. We were playing around with it. And we was playing around for a while, honestly. And he actually left a CD. And but it never really caught my interest as much as Bitcoin. My focus was how are these people moving goods around without getting caught by the police or anything like that. It just blew my mind. Because I'm thinking a money order can't be it. Credit cards obviously is not it. And then I see the little symbol of Bitcoin. And I knew I had to figure out what this thing was. But yeah, it's definitely crazy stuff down there. Red rooms and all that stuff. Just you have to stay away from certain things. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy.
Well, let me tell you, there were also legal stuff on there for sale, like normal stuff. It wasn't all.
Oh yeah.
But they had an illegal side, and I mean, just even knowing it existed. In my house right now, I'm looking at it, scared the fuck out of me. I mean, because I'm a straight shooter. I mean, I don't even get high. I'm just a fucking like, you know, I go to church on Sundays and shit. Not really. But my family goes to church. You know,
I go to church on Sundays sometimes. Fuck shit.
Oh man.
So yeah. So I mean, it was too new to me. It scared the fuck out of me, really. And I imagine a lot of people that are, you know, like if I was single and I saw that shit, oh man, I'd be doing all sorts of shit right now. I mean, I'd be smoking all sorts of new shit that I didn't even know existed. I mean, they sold shit by the pounds, by the kilo. It was awesome to watch.
Yeah, the thing is, you got it. Like let's clarify. I never bought or sold anything on there, but
yeah, me neither.
You got to be very careful because you buying all the stuff. You don't know. It could be the feds on the other side trying to bait you, and you just got to be careful with stuff like that. But honestly, it's not a lot of the sites kind of went down, especially after the Silk Road went down. They've got a lot of honeypot sites where it's just the feds on the other side, and you're buying the stuff. You're pretty much setting yourself up. So it's gotta, you know.
Let me ask you guys a quick question. Since you've both been on, I've never been on it. I'm too stupid to do that. So, but I was wondering, have you ever seen anybody sell sex on the dark web?
No. They sold logins to porn sites, to regular like Pornhub. They'll sell you a login to it.
I mean, it's no point because
it's just stupid because you can just go buy it and log in right there.
Or you could go to Backpage and they accept Bitcoin from my understanding too. So it's like, I mean, I don't know. No.
Yeah, I had no
escorts for sale.
Yeah.
They have to pay by Bitcoin, of course, but I've never had anyone say that they actually paid Bitcoin or anything. I'm just kind of curious. Okay, so that was fun. I've never been to the dark web. I'm gonna have to try it out and look for myself. I like to see what they have for sale.
It's just visiting a market is just an experience. But like he said, you have to be very careful because you might end up seeing something you're gonna regret. And I was very careful because before you go into a market, make sure you read that what they have before you go in, because you might go into something that you cannot unsee. And that's what.
Are you specifically talking about? Maybe perhaps allegedly, like maybe underage child pornography?
I think that, and then there's like people getting killed, dude. They have videos of that shit. They have all sorts of shit on there, bro. I didn't see any of that, but and I made sure that the market before I went into it, like, was only just like a gun and drug site. and stuff like that, because you don't want to. I mean, I don't even want to I don't even want to talk about that shit. That's
So you're talking about like videos of someone getting murdered?
They're called red rooms, basically. What he's referring to.
Red rooms.
Red rooms. My advice: stay away from that. It's not easy to find. I never been involved in any of that.
Yeah,
but that's what
I understand.
them.
You could accidentally see it, but you have to look for it, like he said.
Yeah.
Okay, this is very interesting. I mean, nothing's off the table here. This is about Bitcoin, cryptocurrency. This is a part of it. I mean, we all know about Silk Road.
By the way, the dark web and the dark web, deep web and the dark web are just part of it. There's still something even lower.
Really?
Yeah, I've never been to it, but there's something even lower.
What's it called? The lower room? The lower web?
I don't know. I don't know, but
basement.
what I understand, nobody's been in there that talks about it.
Okay, must be very secret then. Okay.
I guess, but I read it in an article.
All right. Do you think it's Illuminati? Is it Illuminati stuff?
Probably will. You never know.
I mean, we hear all sorts of shit like rituals with children and all that stuff. You ever see that on the internet? I mean, is that bullshit, Ozzy? Let me ask you. Is that bullshit?
Let me tell you something. Yesterday, I finished the House of Cards, the new season, and they showed a clip where they went and did rituals with an owl and whatever. If you think billionaires don't sit around and plan shit, then you're ignorant. You're very ignorant, because when you get to a level of richness where Kim Kardashian doesn't turn you on, power is your only turn on.
So like getting away with murder, that kind of power?
All sorts of it, bro. Not just that. Controlling countries, even that becomes nothing. If you think look, it's so obvious. They wanted Hillary to win, and now look at what they're doing to Trump to get rid of him. Do you think what's happening now is not a coup? That is the fucking coup that's not working. He's outsmarting them. Yes, he doesn't have the full following that he's supposed to, but it's all a lie, because the people still support him, but they won't tell you that on CNN. That's the people that it's levels too. There's like 5 families that run the other 100 families that run the other 200 families that own everything. If you think me and you will ever own like Clorox and Chevrolet and Ford and the electric company, ever, never, you will, never. The core companies that make all the fucking money are owned by 5, 6 families. And they only marry from within each other. Like, you'll never get to marry Bill Gates' daughter, brother. Let me just tell you right now. Ever. They are, now, whether they have rituals with kids or not, I've read a lot of things about that. I don't know. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because what matters is what they're doing to the countries and how they control them and what they're spreading in the air and what and cancer. Cancer is the #1 milker of net worth. Let me explain. You've spent all your life, you've saved $10 million. The last year you get cancer, that 10 million is gone, because in medical insurance is set in a way where they will keep you alive till you run out of money. Once you run out of money, you die. Cancer, if you want to die right now, you go tell them you have a cure. Go out, make a video, say, I have found the cure to cancer. You will not wake up the next morning.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Honestly, it's just all about making profit. Honestly, we all pretty much realize the cure for cancer is pretty much there. It's just not profitable to give that cure. Why cure people when you could just
you can't
keep them alive?
They don't want money they don't want you giving your children your money. They don't want that. And cryptocurrency is the solution to that, by the way, how this relates to Bitcoin. Because now I can just sell everything, put it into cryptocurrency, and hand my daughter my Trezor. Say, congratulations, the government's not taking 30% of that.
That is true.
And you know what? I'm going to tell you guys a story. This is the first time I tell it on video. 6 months ago, they found a 3-inch by 3-inch lump in my lung. And we all got scared, depressed, screaming, crying, yelling. You know, we thought we had lung cancer. I had lung cancer. I told my wife that day, I said, if it is lung cancer, I'm going to refuse to take any kind of radiation or anything like that. She said, why? I said, because they will milk us until we're broke. That's their main concern, to milk us until we're broke, and then I die anyway. So no, I don't want that extra year or two, and I want to make sure that you and my kids live good for the rest of your lives and their children. And she went crazy, and then when I went and I showed her the research and I showed her everything, it took me a month to get her to understand that when she says take him off fucking life support, she's gonna accept, because I refuse to live a year for whatever I've built all my life. So anyway, thank God it turned out not to be cancer, and it was just from a dried phlegm inside the. So I quit for 6 months. It completely gone. And here's I don't know if you guys can see it, the surgery mark, because it also cost lymph nodes to get really big. So they made a little cut. They took them out. It was over. I'm fine, 100% healthy. Cancer is built and it's made. GMOs are made to give you cancer when you're old, to milk everything you've made.
Think about it.
That's why poor people, when they get cancer, they just die. Rich people, when they get cancer, they live an extra year or two.
Think about it. You can't eat anything without GMOs. There's really, I'm trying, trust me. I'm definitely trying to be very selective with what I eat. And it's coming to that point where everything I try to eat has some type of GMOs. And I think that's intentional. To try to get this. There hasn't been any part of time where there was more people who have cancer than now. And it's just kind of funny. Now our food quality has gone down and there's more people who have cancer. It's just all profit.
Beautiful point. Beautiful point, by the way. Well said. Well said. Because it's 100% true that they didn't have GMOs back in the day. Nobody knew what fucking GMOs and pesticides is. They just grew shit.
Exactly.
Naturally. An apple is not supposed to look so fucking delicious, bro. It's supposed to look like an apple. If you take a knife to an apple and just scrape against it, you'll get like a bunch of wax that comes right off of it from all the pesticides and shit they spray on it to make it look all shiny and fucking like, I want to buy it.
Sure.
And if you go to buy organic stuff, it looks uglier and it's double the price.
Mm-hmm. That's the sad part. That's the sad part. How you could spend more money on trying to put pesticides on foods than just keeping it organic. It should be cheaper organic because you're using less pesticides, you're using less chemicals. Why is it more expensive? It's crazy.
It is.
That's crazy.
Well, that's very interesting. Could you tell us maybe some of the things what you're doing? I know you got Bitcoin, Ozzy, and to pass down to your children. What other things are you doing? Are you eating organic? Are you changing a lifestyle, changing the things you do?
Okay, let me tell you the rules of the house. No white bread, no white rice, because there's no such thing as white rice. Nothing but the organic section. If they don't make it in the organic section, then we do not eat it. No canned food is allowed in this house. No processed foods. No meat from any supermarket. It has to be what do they call it? None of that. Where they give them grass fed. It has to be grass fed. Eggs I buy from a guy that has a farm, and it's 100% organic. And you know how you can tell an egg is organic? It's the when you fry it, it's not yellow. It's actually like dark orange, the yolk. So if you get a regular egg and open it, you'll flip out because it looks so different. I have strict rules on the food that comes into this house. That's why if you look at my kids, they're healthy and they look like they're healthy. Where you see kids that eat at McDonald's all the time, they have disappropriated fat in certain places that they're not supposed to. If you notice the real big, heavy people, if you go back 50 years, nobody was ever that big. That's because they eat at Jack in the Box where they have fucking disgusting, despicable fucking shit in their food. you get diseases inside your body that not discovered for 50 years, and it's too late.
How about you, Bitcoin?
No
What
offense to fat people. I'm fat, please.
no offense to you fat motherfuckers out there. All right, so
No.
take it easy. So how about you, Bitcoin? What are some of the things you're doing now that we're on this topic here?
Honestly, I've been trying to do strictly organic. It's way more expensive. It just blows my mind every time I go to the grocery store. It's an organic grocery store. Spend twice as much money on food, but in the long run, the way I look at it is, okay, I'm gonna spend twice as much money on this grocery, yes, but in the long run, if I could avoid cancer and have to pay $80,000 to $100,000 on a bill, it's worth me spending twice as much now. You know, so I've been going out. I always jog. I always try to stay fit. But yeah, I'm just trying to do my best, stay away from all that processed foods and stuff like that. Because I've been noticing I haven't been feeling as good ever since I like really eat McDonald's and stuff like that. I don't feel the same, and sometimes you just need to switch up the diet, and that's all it really takes, honestly.
Excellent. You know, and some of the things that I'm doing to live a little bit longer is I'm trying not to work or work for someone. All right, I get me some Bitcoin and just buy and hold, and give it about 10 years, and I can live off of that, and then hopefully travel to outer space. A lot of exercise, no stress, and try to do what makes you happy. That's what I'm trying to do. I don't know about GMOs and all that stuff. If I'm hungry, I'll eat it, but I try to eat vegetables. Stay away from a little bit of the fat, saturated fat myself, and of course exercise. So that's about all I'm doing. I don't know much about this Illuminati stuff because I don't do too much research into this, but I do think you're right. Obviously, these companies are controlled by somebody, and whether they're feeding us food that is going to kill us, I'm not sure. But I've been alive for this long, and I hope to live much longer. So, and now, does anybody have any other questions? Anybody from the chat? We're almost at the 1 hour mark, a little bit over.
Guys, dinner served. I'm so sorry, but I have to go. I love you guys. Bitcoin, it was absolutely a fucking pleasure. You're a badass, man. I hope you join us again.
Hey, Ozzy, before you leave, what's the price of Bitcoin on Coinbase?
I'm sorry.
What's the price of Coin?
It's been $29.98 for the past hour, brother.
Man, okay. We'll by the time the show ends, it'll probably break through 3,000. So, all right, you have a good one, Ozzy.
Thank you so much, James.
Okay.
All right.
Bye, guys.
All right. So I guess this is going to conclude this episode. Bitcoin, where can people find you?
Find me on YouTube. All you have to do is type in Bitcoin. You should see me pop up. Or you can follow me on Twitter. It's JamesAsh717.
All right. And I have Ozzy's link, and I also have Bitcoin's link in the notes. So until next time, stay tuned, everyone. And so this concludes this episode. All right. Bye.
See ya.